You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello you degenerate fucks, and welcome to The Degenerate Gambler. It's Thursday the 25th of April, we're just back, another episode, looking at last week's bets, giving some stats, and looking ahead to the weekend, where it is the last game of the season in League 1 and League 2. So, might be the last week of stats, because there won't be that many games this week, because already the National League North and National League South are over. So I might just do the sort of top four English leagues. But anyway, so last week's bets were very frustrating. I had 4 bets over 2 days that missed, basically by either a goal or a card, just basically hit the bar. So main bet was beat by Norwich, who drew at home. That bet was strange because I didn't really get a sweat, because if all the teams had been winning and Norwich were drawn, the cash out would have been great because it was paying like 280 quid or something. So, but the thing was that Doncaster came from 2 down. I think Mansfield was the other. They came from Mansfield came from 1 down against Gillingham. Lincoln came from 1 down against Cheltenham. The only team that was really winning from the start was Peterborough. So there wasn't a good cash out. So that was frustrating. Then the goals bet they actually did well in the first half. Had goals in every game, but the Stoke game ended up finishing 3-0. So both the score was beat. Then I went on to the City and Chelsea semi-final of the FA Cup bet builder. It was beat by a Cole Palmer card. He did have 1 or 2 fouls, but no card. I mean, I think he's had like 10 bookings this season, so he's one of the favourites every week for a booking. On Sunday, the bets weren't great, except for the bet builder I did in the Liverpool-Fulham game. It was paying 130. All the selections were up except for a foul by Castange, whatever you call him, the right wing back for Fulham. He didn't really even have that many things that could have been fouls, But what was big on that bet was they had Trent as 2-1 for a foul, and that was in it. I also had Jarrell score. He scored with his last kick. When that happened, I only needed a goalkeeper save from Alisson and a foul from Castagna. So I was really thought it was in. Got the save, but just couldn't get the foul. But after that frustration, it was good on Monday night to get a bet up. So I cashed out for 74 quid. I had 4 both to score all up, and then Seville scored and went 1-0 up, and I cashed it because I just couldn't take another one off the bar. Sod's law. As soon as I cashed out a few minutes later, Seville scored, make it 2-0, and bet would have been up anyway. So, but I'm not going to complain. Then, so I'm recording this obviously Thursday. Then yesterday, I managed to get a bet up, and I did get some luck here. So I had again some both the scores, and I had a draw in the Wolves and Bournemouth match, and they scored early in the second half, and it was disallowed. So thinking, fuck, here we go again. So I was basically sitting watching Bet365, and they scored late on, and I managed to get the cash out done quickly and get the money into my account. And then about 3 minutes later, it was VAR disallowed. So I got a bit of luck, ripped the money out of my account, just in case Bet365 tried to take it off me. But I've been on there now, and even still, they haven't put me in a minus, so that's good. But I think it was robbed in that game anyway, because Wolves, the first goal that was disallowed was an absolute disgrace. For a foul, a guy barely touched him with his hand. So I feel like that was a bit of justice. So like, if you were on that, I know some of my followers were on that and they didn't have a chance to cash out, so it was beat. But I was just lucky that I was able to get on, and I was basically sitting my finger over the button. So that's 180 quid in the last 3-4 days. So happy enough for that. So I'll get on to the stats. So I've only done 7 Premier League games because some of them were last night and I wanted this all done and ready to go, so I hadn't done them. So it's 7 in the Premier League, 11 in the Championship, and 12 in every other league. Total of 78 games. So Premier League was 5 favourites, no draws, 2 outsiders. Championship was 4 favourites, 3 draws, 4 outsiders. League 1 was 6 favourites, 2 draws, 4 outsiders. League 2 was 8 favourites, 1 draw, 3 outsiders. In the National League, it was 7 favourites, 2 draws, 3 outsiders. And in the National League North, 9 favourites, 3 draws, and no outsider. And in the National League South, 7 favourites, 4 draws, and 1 outsider. Totaling 46 favourites, 15 draws, and 17 outsiders. So that worked out at 52% out of 78 games of favourites won. A thing to look at there is the Championship was the only league that wasn't, if you look at the leagues individually, the only league that wasn't over 50% of favourites winning. Every other league was 50% or above. So that's that you know, if the Championship had maybe 1 or 2 more, you'd have been getting close to 60% of favourites winning there. So in the overs on both to score. So overs, Premier League 5 over 2 nat, and again 5 both to score 2 nat. Championship had 6 over 5 nat, and 5 both to score 6 nat. League 1 was all 6 over 6 nat, and 8 both to score 4 nat. League 2, 9 over 3 nat, and the both to score was 8 both to score and 4 nat. National League was 9 over again and 3 nat, and 7 both to score and 5 nat. National League North, 6 over 6 nat, and only 3 of those games though were both to score and 9 weren't, so that's a lot of 3 and 4 nils and stuff. In the National League South, 8 games were over 2.5 and 4 nat, 9 games were both to score and 3 weren't. So in total for the overs, it was 49 over, 29 nat, which worked out at 56%, and in the both to score, 45 both to score, 33 nat, which was 51%. So looking at that, you know, all 3 decent. 50% isn't, you know, you want to be pushing more towards high 50s, early 60s, but still decent there, still decent. And I mean, even again, every league was 50% or above, which is why for the overs, which is why you're pushing, you know, 56%. In the both to score, the only league that wasn't over 50%, or you know, there was 5 in the Championship, there was 11 games, so you can't have 5.5, but it was the National League North with only 3, so that's dragging that figure way down. But that, looking at that, that looks like, you know, there's a good chance of getting a bet up out there. So that makes me disappointed that I wasn't able to get one of those 2 bets up on Saturday. Right, getting on to this week. So 2 bets and then a quick look at next week. Well, there's not much on, some Champions League, but I'll get them a bets. So I'll run through the main bet and I'll come back for the reasons. So Norwich at home to Swansea, 13-20. Southampton home to Stoke, 8-11. Doncaster away to Gillingham, 11-10. Leverkusen at home to Stuttgart, 4-6. And MK Dons at home to Sutton, 17-20. In total, that's 17-1 with a bonus, and it pays 203. So let's look at the reasons. So first team Norwich, I know they let me down last week, but they still need to get a result to stay in the playoffs because they're hanging on to that last spot. Hull are below them, but the goal difference is like 7. So they need a 7-goal swing, which, you know, isn't in the last day of the season, isn't beyond, you know, the realms of possibility. Now Swansea are in good form. They're actually in slightly better form than Norwich. But when you look at the home form for Norwich, they'd won 4 in a row before the last game at home when they drew to Bristol City, which is the game on Saturday that I had. But Swansea away, they win their last game against Huddersfield, who are at the bottom of the league. But before that, they had 2 losses and 2 draws in the last 4 before that win. So to me, home form should prevail there. Next, Southampton. Again, Southampton can't get automatically promoted, but still in the playoffs. Playing Stoke, who are way down in 17th. Southampton in decent form, 9 points. Stoke got 6 points in the last 5. But again, when we look at home form, Southampton 4 wins and 1 draw, which was against Middlesbrough, another decent side. In the last 5, that is. And then Stoke, they've got 2 wins. They drew, lost, 2 wins and a loss. So not great. Next, so then we go into League 2. Actually, before we get on to League 2, the reason why there's no League 1 games in this is all the games kick off in League 1 at 12:30. So there'll probably be a bet Saturday morning of all League 1 games. So now into League 2, as I said, Doncaster away to Gillingham. Doncaster absolutely flying. You know, best form of the league. 5 wins in a row. Coming back, I think they've came back from being a goal down or maybe even 2 goals down at the weekend in loads of games recently, so they're flying. Playing Gillingham, who've only got 4 points in the last 5. So looking at the form, home form, Gillingham's home form's not bad, 2 wins and 3 draws, but Doncaster 4 wins in a row away from home, and they drew the game before that. Before I do the Leverkusen while I'm in League 2, I may as well do MK Dons. So MK Dons currently sitting 4th, can't make automatic, but playing Sutton, who are fighting for relegation, but they need to win to have any chance of staying up. So if they go 1-0 down, the heads will probably drop. And they're playing MK Dons, who, as far as home form goes, they lost their last game against Mansfield, who are already promoted, but they'd won the 4 games before that at home. And Sutton away, 1 draw, 2 wins, and 2 defeats is their away form. Now, the price on this, I told you 17 to 20, they're actually up to 6 to 5 now. So I don't know, maybe they're resting players, and maybe I should have waited to do my bet, but usually I like to get the prices early because they come in. This one's actually going the other way. I mean, even looking above, Doncaster's came into 10 to 11 from 11 to 10, so just shows you. So yeah, that's the bet. Pay 17 to 1 with a bonus if you do it on Bet365. Oh, didn't do Leverkusen, sorry. Leverkusen, obviously league champions. They want to keep that unbeaten run. Playing Stuttgart. Leverkusen, best home record in the league. 1-5 at home. Stuttgart, look, to be fair, have 4 wins away from home. But looking at their head-to-head in the last 2 years, Leverkusen always win the home game. Well, even go back to 2020, they've won the last 5 home games. So, that's my thinking. Now I go on to goals bet. So, if 2 over 2.5, which is Wrexham Stockport over 2.5, 3 to 4. Wimbledon Walsall over 2.5, 7 to 10. Cardiff Middlesbrough both to score, 8 to 11. Aberdeen Motherwell both to score, 3 to 4. And St Johnstone Hibs both to score, 4 to 5. That bet is 15 to 1. It pays about 80 quid or so. So yeah, look, that's the 2 bets. Before I let this go, I'll look at midweek, which there isn't much in midweek because obviously it's the end of the season. There's 1 game in the Championship on Tuesday, but what I'm looking at here is the Champions League. So the Champions League games Tuesday night is Bayern versus Madrid. Bayern are 7 to 5, Madrid 7 to 4. I love that Madrid price. Wednesday is Dortmund at home to PSG. Dortmund 17 to 10, PSG 11 to 8. I like that price too for PSG. I think we could be seeing a Madrid to PSG final. And to be honest with you, I might go and throw, see, because I'm up a few quid, I might go and throw 10 or 15 quid on that double now before the prices change. 11 to 8 and 7 to 4. I like that. That's probably about 6 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1 together. You've got nearly a 2 to 1 and a sort of 1.5 to 1 ish. 1/3. I would say that's about a 5 to 1. So yeah, look, that's all we're betting on in midweek. And, you know, then we'll rock on to next week, sort of the end of the Championship. And, you know, we've got some leagues around Europe, but the games get less. So, yeah, that's basically it for this week. It just leaves me to say, if you are doing a bet, good luck and happy pumping.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.